Karen Gillan breaks silence on James Gunn returning for Guardians 3. You reached the end. You reached the end. Grant Gustin's The Flash chinstrap returns in awesome new image. Disney exec warns Avengers Endgame production costs may temper record-breaking box office performance. Avengers Endgame Hot Toys life-sized Iron Gauntlet revealed. See Henry Cavill don the classic Christopher Reeve Superman suit in new image. Detective Pikachu review Ryan Reynolds' charms in Pokemon Dull live-action debut. Avengers Endgame, does Chris Evans' Captain America die? Review Avengers Endgame successfully completes the Infinity Saga. Review David Harbour's Hellboy reboot should go straight to hell. Hey, race how much Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot other DC stars get paid. What the future holds for the MCU after Avengers Endgame. New Arrow episode description may explain Felicity Smoak's departure. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel assembles the Avengers in new Endgame image. What the future holds for the MCU after Avengers Endgame. Star Wars Resistance has become a must-see series for fans. New Captain Marvel image spotlights Jude Law's mystery role. Will we see Captain Marvel connect to agents of SHIELD? Superman villain Lobo arrives in new Krypton Season 2 promo. New DC Universe Swamp Thing promo teases a monstrous love story. The Losers Club returns in first IT Chapter 2 trailer. New Spider-Man Far From Home trailer will contain a spoiler warning. Grant Gustin's The Flash chinstrap returns in awesome new image. Disney exec warns Avengers Endgame production costs may temper record-breaking box office performance. Avengers Endgame Hot Toys life-sized Iron Gauntlet revealed. See Henry Cavill don the classic Christopher Reeve Superman suit in new image. Detective Pikachu review Ryan Reynolds' charms in Pokemon Dull live-action debut. Avengers Endgame, does Chris Evans' Captain America die? Review Avengers Endgame successfully completes the Infinity Saga. Review David Harbour's Hellboy reboot should go straight to hell. Hey, race how much Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot other DC stars get paid. What the future holds for the MCU after Avengers Endgame. New Arrow episode description may explain Felicity Smoak's departure. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel assembles the Avengers in new Endgame image. What the future holds for the MCU after Avengers Endgame. Star Wars Resistance has become a must-see series for fans. New Captain Marvel image spotlights Jude Law's mystery role. Will we see Captain Marvel connect to agents of SHIELD? Superman villain Lobo arrives in new Krypton Season 2 promo. New DC Universe Swamp Thing promo teases a monstrous love story. The Losers Club returns in first IT Chapter 2 trailer. New Spider-Man Far From Home trailer will contain a spoiler warning. Avengers Endgame actress Karen Gillan finally spoke about how she felt after James Gunn was reinstated as director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Speaking with the Karen Gillan opened up about Avengers Endgame, working with Robert Downey Jr., her future at Marvel and several other topics. Karen Gillan was all, "I was so happy because it truly feels like we're part of this little family on Guardians. And to have your leader." Karen Gillan added, "An amazing job as Nebula, James Gunn's Guardians films, and no in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. The future of like Karen Gillan, other actors from the Guardians franchise like Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Dave Bautista have expressed their joy for having James Gunn back in the director's seat for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 again. James Gunn starred. Nevertheless, James Gunn will have to finish the Suicide Squad for DC first before tackling the Guardians' third installment sometime between the end of 2019 and the start of 2020. Guardians of the Are you excited to see Karen Gillan's Nebula in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Sound off in the Marvel recently announced that there will be 8 new films between 2020 and 2022. One of them will Stay tuned to Heroic Hollywood for more on Karen Gillan, James Gunn, and the future of the MCU as we know it. Ben Affleck is officially out as Batman and it's a pretty sad day. Words cannot describe how sad I am to see Ben Affleck announce that he's no longer Batman. His Batman is what 3 years have quickly sped by and we're officially going to receive a new Batman for his next movie. Last night, in this list, I will discuss the actors I think can replace Ben Affleck as Batman using the parameters that Matt Reeves and Warner Brothers want. Hit next to see Michael Fassbender is an X-Men alum and no stranger to comic book franchises. The actor has shown Ben Barnes is out of a job after The Punisher Season 2 and he's one of the best actors in the series. The second season, I've said this before and I'll say it again, Ryan Gosling needs to star in a superhero movie. I've always thought John Hamm is my top choice for an older Batman. If Warner Brothers, Armie Hammer is 32 years old and was cast as Seth Crusader in George Miller's Justice League Mortal. That film will never. Game of Thrones Alan Richard Madden is my top choice to replace Ben Affleck as Batman. The actor is young.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.